basically, I'm going to move on to our last analysis that we're going to perform today, which is our day lighting analysis. So for that, I'm going to open a new project. I'm going to open the project that I have here, which is my day lighting analysis. So for day lighting analysis, as I mentioned earlier, it does not go and actually calculate for any luminance or your internal lighting that you have put. It will actually tells you the daylight that you have from your surrounding. Okay, so again, as we play with sun, we play with daylighting and everything, of course, the first thing to do is actually to locate your project. So again, I'm going to put in my location. Okay, I'm going to search it here. Okay, pick the closest weather station that I have. And then here I'm going to off my internal origin. Okay, internal origin. Okay. Okay, so now I have my building here. So I'm going to put it as hidden line. Okay, and then we're going to start our lighting analysis. So of course, it is located here in the analyze tab. We have this lighting where you can actually read about it a little. So it says that it runs a lighting analysis in the cloud. So if I click on that one, on the lighting, okay, so you can see that you can actually select a new or parts analysis because this is a new project. We're going to run a new analysis. Okay, so just give it a little time to actually pop up the window for lighting analysis. Okay, so this is the window for lighting analysis in the cloud. Okay, so there's a lot of analysis that you can actually do. So for the purpose of today's demo, I'm going to show you the Illuminance analysis. Okay, and then we're going to compute for all level. And here you can see the location that you have set earlier. And then you can actually bring in your date or time. Okay, so basically, what I always do is that I will actually choose the time where we actually have a lot of rain and a little bit of sunlight. Of course, that is not very possible to do in Malaysia because again, we are a tropical country. We have sun all year, but we do have that rainy season at the end of every year. So for that, I'm going to go ahead to this year, 2020. Okay, so I'm going to pick somewhere around 22 December and then date until the same day. Okay, I'm just going to see what happened on that particular day. So 22. Okay, and then I'm going to put in from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm just going to leave it as it is. So you can see that we going to use our weather data. So if you remember, when we locate our project location, it actually gives you the weather station. So that is the information that you see here. So you see in December 22, on the 9 a.m. we have 0% sky cover, and then here we have our 100% sky cover. Okay, if you actually change the time and everything, so the solar data will change and so as our sky cover. Okay, I'm going to click on apply here. Okay, and again, if you see the sky model, we actually have a lot of sky model for you to actually choose from. But the Perez sky model is actually the most commonly used model in daylighting simulation application. Okay, so that's why we are going to use this. Okay, and then I'm going to click on apply. Okay, here is our threshold. So basically, this is telling you that it actually detects from 300 luminance to 300 lux to 3000 lux. So if you wanted to make it a little bit lower, you can actually set it here. Okay, and then we have our analysis plane height, which is basically your plane, which indicate the height of your table and everything. Okay, and then the things that you need to know about lighting analysis is that it's going to consume your cloud credit. So for cloud credit, maybe it is something that comes along with your Autodesk account. So you really need to check on how many cloud credit that you have. So I'm just going to choose 72-inch grid, and then I'm going to click on check price. Okay, so check price, just for you to know if you decided to go on with your lighting analysis, how much credit that it costs you. So as you can see here, it required you 0 credit. Okay, you can actually click on start analysis. So what does it do is that it will take you a little bit of time. So it will upload your model into the cloud, and then here I'm just going to close it. Okay, so before I actually start this, I actually have this completed model done. So this is what you should expect to see when you have done your lighting analysis with Insight. So what does it do is that it actually gives you the colors and everything. So you can see that um, the yellow part is actually the part which is have the most lighting, day lighting on it. So okay, so you might not see it properly from the 3D view. So that is why it actually comes along with this floor plan. So whenever you have computed your analysis, so what does it do is that it gives you floor plan, 3D view, and even schedule. So we're going to take a look into it one by one. So I'm going to go into this floor plan level 1. So you can see, so this is my legend. So I'm just going to put it here. Okay, so you can see that for some part of the building, it is actually very bright. So for example, on this part here, we have this yellow color. And then for some part, it is very dim. So why does it become very dim? So that might be coming from different factors. So for example, if I look into my 3D view here, you can see that this part of the building is a closed area. Okay, so it has a solid wall and everything. So well, this part where we have the bright yellow color is actually an open area. Could be an open area, or maybe it has a curtain wall or a big curtain wall here. So that is why it gives you a yellow bright color, because it is exposed to all those lighting. Okay. And then what happened here in level 1, so you could see all this kind of thing. So basically the number that you are seeing, this is our lux value. This is coming from the threshold that we set earlier, which is 250 until 3000. So basically if that part, any part of your building is have a lower threshold value, which is a lower than 250 lux value, it will not appear here, because that is what we have set earlier. Okay, so you have see the 3D view. So if you see the 3D view, you can see that the plane is actually hanging, because we actually set the offset to be 32-inch from the floor. And then lastly, what I'm going to show you is the schedule. So here we have our floor schedule. So what we have in our floor schedule is that it gives you the conclusion from the analysis that we have conducted. So for example, in level 1 here, so floor area included in the daylighting is 174 meters square. And then so you can see that we have the 9 AM threshold result. So above threshold, which is the threshold, we set 3000 lux. So there is nothing in that area that actually go beyond that. But we do have some spaces that actually below the threshold value. Okay, and then so as the 3 PM, as the sun move and everything, so of course it's going to have a different threshold result here. Okay, and then we also have our room schedule, which is basically the same schedule, but now it actually gives you the information per room that you have set in your project. So basically here I have all my room here, my living room, my hall, my kitchen and dining. So this is the information that I have regarding the room that I have in my project. Okay, so that is on. Okay, so basically if we stay on the analysis just now, So it will ask you to save your project. Okay, and then you're just going to straight away save your project, and then whenever you open up your project, if you wanted to check if you have done any analysis, you can actually just click on those lighting, and then you can see that now you have your Illuminance analysis, which is ready. So you can actually just click on go, so it will give you the outcome that we have, like I show you just now. So here it will give you the option to actually save. Okay, so you need to accept, and then it will consume your cloud credit. Okay, so that is it. So if you stay here and see, it will actually become something that okay. So if you actually go and stay here, it will actually give you this summary, and then it will give you the result as per what we see in the project that I said earlier. So you might see the color is a little bit different here and there, because could be because I set in different timing, different location, and so on. So those setting, even though it is a very simple setting, the location, the time, it does actually counter back to you whenever you have your result. It will be a little bit different in terms of your location and in terms of your time and date. So that is on the day lighting analysis.